Hi everyone, so welcome to my channel. So in this video I am going to discuss the problems of exercise number 1.4, so which is related to irrational numbers. So the first question, so prove that the following are irrationals. So we need to prove that 1 by root 2 is irrational. So first of all we are going to consider by contradiction method. So what I am going to consider, so let us assume that 1 by root 2 is a rational number. Then what I can say, I can write 1 by root 2 is equal to some a by b, where this a comma b, the GCD of a comma b is equal to 1 and b is not equal to 0 and a comma b belongs to integers. Now from this, if you do squaring on both sides, so by using the first example, so by doing squaring on both sides, this I can write, so 1 by 2 is equal to a square by b square. So from this what I am going to get, 2 times of a square is equal to b square. So 2 times of a square is equal to b square. So let this be equation number 1. So clearly you can see that b square is equal to 2 times of a square. That means 2a square is nothing but an even number. That means b square is an even number. So when b square is an even number, then what I can say, 2 divides b square, then clearly 2 divides b, and 2 divides b square, then 2 divides b. Now from this what I can say, so b is equal to some 2 times of m. So I can write b is equal to some 2 times of m. So when I substitute b is equal to 2m in this particular equation number 1, so substituting b is equal to 2m in equation number 1, then what I am going to have, 2 times of a square is equal to 2m whole square. This I can write it as 2 times of a square is equal to 4 times of m square. Again, so 2 gets cancelled in 4 2 times, then what I am going to have, a square is equal to 2 times of m square. Now clearly you can observe that right hand side is 2 times of m square. Here 2 times of m square means it is an even number, so clearly a square is an even number. Then from this again I can say that 2 divides a square. So when 2 divides a square, then 2 divides a also. So this is nothing but the exact opposite of, so this is exact opposite of the example which we have discussed for root 2, right? Now clearly from this what I can say, so when a square is equal to 2m, so when a square is equal to 2 times of m square, then what we got, a is also a multiple of 2, then I can write a is equal to some 2 times of n. I can write a is equal to some 2 times of n. Now from these two boxes you can see that a and b are even numbers. So when a and b are even numbers, then what I can say, the HCF of a comma b is equal to 2, but according to our assumption a comma b has HCF as 1. So from this what we can say, our assumption is wrong. So our assumption is wrong. Hence what I can say, 1 by root 2 is irrational. 1 by root 2 is irrational. So this is one particular approach. So there is one more approach. So what we can do is, we can consider 1 by root 2 and simply we can multiply and divide with root 2. Then what I am going to have, so this I can write as root 2 by root 2 whole square means 2, which is nothing but, so this is root 2 into 1 by 2. So here 1 by 2 is rational. So when rational is multiplied with, already we have proved that root 2 is irrational. So when rational is multiplied with irrational, then you are going to get irrational number. When a rational number is multiplied with irrational number, and they should not be conjugates. So this you need to remember. So then we can say that the product of those two rational and irrational numbers is equal to irrational number, right? Next, moving on to question number 2. So what he has given, root 3 plus root 5 is irrational. So we have to prove that root 3 plus root 5 is irrational. So already we have the proof for this. So we have the change in the values. So we have done a problem with respect to root 2 plus root 3. The same way, what I am going to do, so the same thing. So let us assume that root 3 plus root 5 is a rational number. So root 3 plus root 5 is a rational number. So whenever you consider this, you can write root 3 plus root 5 is equal to sum a by b, where the HCF of a comma b is equal to 1 and a comma b belongs to integers and b is not equal to 0. Then from this you need to transpose any one of the things. So I am going to transpose root 3. Then what I am going to have, root 5 is equal to a by b minus root 3. So in this type of root p plus root q form type questions, so first of all you need to transpose one of the irrational numbers to the other side. Then what I am going to have, so I am going to do squaring on both sides. So when I do squaring on both sides, this becomes root 5 whole square is equal to a by b minus root 3 whole square. So this is in the form of a minus b whole square form. So on doing expansion, so what I am going to have, so 5 is equal to a square by b square plus root 3 whole square is 3 square. So root 3 whole square is 3 minus 2 into a by b into root 3. Now in the next step, so what I can do is, so I am going to transpose this particular term to the left hand side and this 5 to the right hand side. Then what I am going to have, so 2a by b into root 3 is equal to a square by b square plus 3 minus 5. Now from this I can write this as, so 2a by b into root 3 is equal to a square by b square minus 2. On doing LCM, we are going to have a square minus 2 times of b square by b square. So this denominator b square and 1b gets cancelled. Now this I can write it as, so 2a into root 3 is equal to a square minus 2 times of b square by b. Now from this, root 3 is equal to a square minus 2 times of b square by 2ab. Now clearly root 3 is irrational. So already we know that. So root 3 is irrational. Now looking into the right hand side, so a square is, since a is integer, a square is also integer, 2b square is also integer and 2ab is also integer. So integer by integer gives me an integer. So integer by integer is nothing but a rational number. If you observe left hand right hand sides, left hand side is irrational and right hand side is rational. So irrational cannot be equal to rational numbers because they are disjoint sets, right? Now from this what we can say, LHS is not equal to RHS. So from this what I can say, our assumption is wrong. So our assumption is wrong. So from this what we can say, root 3 plus root 5 is irrational. Root 3 plus root 5 is irrational. So likewise you can prove this. Next, moving on to one more question. So 6 plus root 2 is irrational. So what I am going to do, so I am going to assume that 6 plus root 2 is rational. So if 6 plus root 2 is rational, what I can write, so 6 plus root 2 is equal to a by b, where the HCF of a comma b is equal to 1, a comma b belongs to integers and b is not equal to 0. Now how can I write this as root 2 is equal to a by b minus 6. So whenever you are having p plus root q or p minus root q form, so it is very simple to solve. Now from this, root 2 is equal to, what is the LCM, so b, and this I can write as a minus 6 times of b. Now if you observe, already we have learned that root 2 is irrational number, and on the right hand side a is integer, b is also integer. So 6 times of b is integer. So a minus 6b, integer minus integer is integer, and denominator also contains integer. So that means this is a rational number. So this particular whole thing is a rational number. Can you say rational is equal to irrational? So clearly LHS is not equal to RHS. Then from this what I can say? Our assumption is wrong. Our assumption is wrong by contradiction method. So from this what I can say? By contradiction method. So the conclusion is very important. So by contradiction method we can say that 6 plus root 2 is not rational. Okay, so likewise we can prove this. Next, moving on to one more question. So already we have done root 2 is irrational. So likewise we are going to prove root 5 is irrational. So once see this, so whenever a number changes, so how can you solve? Now for this the same thing. So let us assume root 5 is a rational number. Then what I am going to have, root 5 can be written as sum a by b such that the HCF of a comma b is equal to 1 and a comma b belongs to integers and b is not equal to 0. So from this what I am going to have, when you do squaring on both sides, so when you do squaring on both sides, you are going to have 5 is equal to a square by b square. Now when I do cross multiplication, this I can write as 5 times of b square is equal to a square. Now from this you can observe that a square is equal to 5 times of b square. That means a square is a 5 multiple. So when a square is a 5 multiple, that means a square will be exactly divisible by 5. So from this what I can say, 5 divides, so from this we can write 5 divides a square. So when 5 divides a square, then 5 divides a, because 5 is a prime number, right? So we are following that theorem. So 5 divides a square means, so 5 divides a. So when 5 divides a, then how can I write a is equal to, so a is equal to some 5 times of m. So a is equal to some 5 times of m. So let this be equation number 1. Now what I am going to do is, I am going to substitute a is equal to 5 times of m in equation number 1. So when I do substitution, I can write this as 5 times of b square is equal to 5m whole square. Again this I can write as 5b square is equal to 25m square. So this 5 in 25 it cancels 5 times. Now from this clearly I can write b square is equal to 5 times of m square. B square is equal to 5 times of m square. Now again this particular part is multiple of 5. That means b square is nothing but a multiple of 5. So when b square is a multiple of 5, clearly 5 divides b square. So when 5 divides b square, so 5 divides b also, right? Now from this how can I write b as, so b is equal to some 5 times of n. So b can be written as 5 times of n. Now but from our assumption, so there are no common factors for a and b, but here a and b are factors of 5, are multiples of 5. That means 5 is a common factor. But from this what we got, the HCF of a comma b is equal to 5, so which contradicts my assumption, right? So from this what I can say, it contradicts my assumption. So our assumptions are wrong. From this what we can say, by contradiction method, by method of contradiction, or by contradiction method, we say that root 5 is not a rational number. Root 5 is not a rational number. So based on this, so you can try root 7 and root 11 values. So you have to prove root 7 and root 11 as irrational numbers by using this process. Okay, so that is the task. So do it yourself. Next, moving on to one more question. So 3 plus 2 root 5. So this is also same thing. Here we are having this in the form of p plus root q form. Okay, here you can observe that inside the square root we are having only a prime number. Now what I am going to do, I am going to assume that 3 plus 2 root 5 is a rational number. So 3 plus 2 root 5 is a rational number. So when I consider this as rational number, then what I can say, it is nothing but in the form of a by b, where a comma b HCF or GCD is nothing but 1, and a comma b belongs to integer set and b is not equal to 0. Now from this, first thing what I have to do is I need to transpose this rational term to the other side. So 2 root 5 is equal to a by b minus 3. Now on doing LCM, so this 2 root 5 is equal to a minus 3b by b. And one more thing, I am going to transpose this 2 also. Then I can write root 5 is equal to a minus 3b by 2b. Now in the numerator you can see that a is integer, b is also integer. So integer minus integer gives me integer. Denominator also contains integers, right? So integer by integer is nothing but a rational number. And already we know root 5 is irrational number. So can you say rational is equal to irrational? So clearly LHS is not equal to RHS. So from this what I can say, our assumption that 3 plus 2 root 5 is rational is wrong. So our assumption is, simply we can say that it is wrong. So by contradiction method, we say that 3 plus 2 root 5 is irrational number. So 3 plus 2 root 5 is irrational number. So likewise you can prove that root p plus root q is irrational when p and q are prime numbers. When p and q are prime numbers, so you can prove that root p plus root q is irrational, right? So likewise, whenever you are having a value changes, you can directly approach these particular 3 methods to solve and to prove that the given numbers are irrational. So this is all about irrational numbers in your class 10 textbook, right? So thank you for watching the video. So please try to solve more number of problems related to this. Okay, so thank you for watching. Stay connected with the channel.